let's get right into it here. I'm gonna start with the 65-minute chart for you guys tonight, and then I'm gonna flip to the daily. So we're gonna look at the micro-term, short-term trend of things, and then we're gonna flip to the daily chart and look at the mid-term and long-term sentiment, overall sentiment of the spider here. After the Fed minutes, we did see a little bit of shenanigans here on the last 2 hours. As you can see, we gapped down on the first hour right here, right? And so we did initially lost that micro-term moving average, and then on that fifth hour, right? That's the level that, as you can see, my rising pivot here. We talked about this. We've been actually following up and been tweeting things out on my Twitter feeds. Rising pivot. Once it got retested here, right? We made a move, came back down, and looks like once again we did hold that level. Keep in mind though, that's the level coinciding with the up gap here. You can see this is the area, that gap, up gap, still open here. You can see, and that's the level where we found support. That's the, so you can see the long lower wick represents the price coming down. And that's sort of like a double support, right? We got the rising pivot along with the gap area support. You can see we found support there, and we found support that day, last hour, and you can see today. So three times after the gap a couple days ago, that's the level we found support along with the rising pivot. So it seems as though at close, we do see that the support levels are acting or protecting and serving the buyers here. We're back above the micro-term moving average as of at close. And so I think if, as long as we stay above the micro-term, we do want to give benefit of the doubt to the buyers in the micro-term. As you can see, that micro-term coming here, that you know, aqua color. So you can see, as long as we stay above it, even a few days ago where we reclaimed that micro term, we did see 2 days of upturn, right? Once we did reclaim the micro term here, right? There are a few retests, but once it got protected and served as support, market did see that upside move. So I think same thing is true here going into the tomorrow's session, that as long as we stay above that micro term, we want to expect to see the price to advance, or at least stay afloat. However, if we lose that micro term again tomorrow morning with some sort of a down gap or some sort, I do think that bears want to retest it 453 one more time and potentially even filling this up gap, because right now at minimum we may see some, if we do lose that micro term, at minimum we could see some sort of sideways move, because you can see that oscillator is right now on the 65-minute chart here is still favoring the sellers. This is very similar to what we witnessed just last week or so. You can see right there, and when that happens, until the oscillator got resetted here, right, with that cross, the upside cross, bullish cross near the oversold level, until that we see that, we just because the oscillator still not liking this move, still falling down, which is similar to what we saw here last week. And so if we lose the micro term, if we can't have that oscillator crossing back up, I suppose that we could continue to see some volatilities, at minimum some sideways hour to hour you know, sideways move here. Let's go to the daily chart. So right now, obviously we're on an overall uptrend. Yes, this is a downtrend, lower highs, lower lows, right? We've been in an uptrend since the October lows. We can see that with higher highs and higher lows, right? So, but what we want to focus on is the daily oscillators here. As I move the my arrows here, as you can see in the last couple occasions, notably the April, right, and July or late June and late July here. So as you can see, the oscillator, at least the bottom oscillator, we actually crossed down already. Very similar to what we witnessed here, and they're all near overbought level. And also, as you can see, the top oscillators also, showing some weakness here. So looking at the daily, basically what these oscillators are saying is it's extended. Either we're gonna witness some kind of a pullback, right? Something similar to what we witnessed late June. This was, I think, about 3% or something like that, 3 to 4% correction. Or maybe something we witnessed during April, which we pretty much moved sideways for like, what? Was it like an entire month or two? Let's see here. So you can see in April, pretty much until May. So that was about 2 months. This is the price action right here. See that right there? That occurred after the oscillator curling back down. Again, this is the daily oscillator. This is not a 65-minute oscillator. So you can see once that daily oscillator flattened out and slightly curling down, and it took about 2 months or so, early April to late May, right? We did witness the price, slightly making a move here. You can see it looked as though market was keep going higher, but inevitably it did see that pullback. We got back up, came right. It just didn't find that traction to the upside. And then afterwards, we hung around here above the micro term again for another like couple weeks. And then it looks like another move happened, came right back down. And then finally, it found traction to the upside. And all that process, this consolidation process right here, that all happened, right? After the oscillator or the price got extended, after the March lows upside move, and then the oscillator hit that overbought zone, and then market moved sideways. Again, overall, generally speaking, obviously market did make up and down move, but it really didn't find any sort of traction to the upside. So if anybody's trying to, you're trying to start, buying call options here or any sort of triple leverage ETFs or anything like that, that all is gonna kill the value by the price not moving sideways, right? If you're trying to swing it. But any sort of a longer term, mid-term position should able to go through that and then able to ride it when it did see the breakout to the upside. So that's kind of what I'm saying here. We want to continue to give benefit of the doubt to the buyers. Of course, we're still in an uptrend with the higher lows and higher highs, while understanding the fact that we are extended. The oscillators are basically telling us that that we could potentially see some sort of a down move to consolidate. Maybe market needs to reset the oscillator, right? Similar to here and here before we can make that traction. If you want to get updates on this, on the 65-minute chart oscillator and the price action and the daily chart oscillators and the price action, you can feel free to check out my mini membership at twotradersclub.com. I'm gonna come back for you. We'll reassess the situation, and I'll talk to you on the next video.